Today's lesson is a continuation from previous lessons about selection, and today specifically we will talk about nested selection. So the question is, what does it mean by nested selection? We say that if is nested if we have if else or if statement inside another if statement. Just consider the following decision box. If we have a condition, we have yes part and we have no part. Now for yes statement and for no statements, if there is another if and else, then we say that we have nested if, which means if inside another if. So it is possible that we have nested another if here, or it is possible we have another if is here. So a nested if statement occurs يحصل when the true or false statement of an if statement is itself an if statement. It can be used to implement decisions with several alternatives. So if we have more than one condition, we have already implemented this in flowcharts. In flowcharts, if we have more than one condition, so what happens? We check for the first condition. If it is true, we do something. If it is false, we go to another decision box, which is another if statement. So we say we have nested if statement. Here is an example. The code maybe probably is not organized here. Here we have if, we have another if, we have else, and we have else. So we have two ifs and we have two elses. If you want to do the matching for if and else, whenever you see an else, you go up, then the first, see this else, for example, the second one. When you go up, you have another else. So that means this else or this else belongs to another if. So if you go up, so this else and this if are one group, because you know that if and else cannot be separated. If if and else, these if and else are a group, so we have another outer if and else outside the inner if and else. So this if and else is inside the yes statement. If we have if and we have yes part, so we have inside it if and else. We can rewrite it so that it will be more organized. So we use brackets. So notice now we have a condition, and inside this condition we have another if and else. By the way, these brackets or braces, curly braces are not compulsory, مو بإجباري. It's not needed, but I put the braces here to make the picture clear to you. So if the condition is true, we have another if and else inside the if statement. Now we go to another type of nested if, which is called multi-branch. Multi-branch, it means more than one condition. Multi-branch, متعدد الأفرع. We check for the first condition. If it is true, we do something. Otherwise, we go to the next one. If it is true, we do something. So we go over the conditions one by one. Once we find any of the condition true, then we do it and we leave the rest. But when this happens, it happens if each else, we are talking about else here. So if we have inside if or inside else, another if and else, we say nested, that's it. But if we talk about only else, if inside else, there is another nested if else statement, which is an if and else, then we say that this is multi-branch. And when multi-branch happens, if we have more than one condition and we need to make one condition true at a time. Here is an example. The one on the left-hand side, it shows you where is the nesting. The one on the right-hand side is just rewriting the code. So maybe I will go on JGrasp and show you how did we get the formatting for this code from this code. This code will check for x. If it is positive, it will add 1 to a variable which is called num of positive. If it is negative, then it will add number of negatives, otherwise it will add number. But what I will do, I will just simply print. I'm not going to add, I'm going to print. So let's go to JGrasp and write the program. So here we are in JGrasp. I have already prepared the program to save some minutes. So the name of the class is nested if else. And here we need to declare a scanner because we are going to read from the user a number. So we will read a number from the user. We will ask the user please enter a number. We will read it from the same line. And number is equal to n dot next double. And here we would like to check if it is positive. And you know how to check for a number if it's positive by writing f number greater than 0, not greater, not equal. Here we will print system dot out println it is positive. Now for else part, we have another two options. For the else part here, it could be negative or it could be positive. So inside we need, I will put brackets just for telling you that what comes next will be part of else. And if it is only one statement, we will remove the brackets, the curly brackets. Now here we will check for negative. If number less than 0, now we need to print same message as this one. We will copy it, Control C, we will press enter and Control V. But we need to write that it is negative. And now for the last, so for this if else, the else will be for 0, what is remaining at the end. And if you remember on a flow chart, if this is the last condition, so there is no need to put a decision box, which is if and else. You just simply write a message because this is the last option. So it is 0. This is our program. We need to test it, that it does not have any errors. So we will run it. It will do the compilation. And so here it is asking, please enter a number. And first we will check for positive number. So it is positive. Run it again. It is asking for another number. Give it -45. So it is negative. Run it one more time and give it 0. So it says it is 0. So it is called nested because as you see that inside else we have if and else. And also it is called multi-branch because in every else there is either single statement or another if. So here this is, see inside here we don't have if and else. Otherwise it's not going to be called multi-branch. But inside else we have another if and else. And this else is the last one. If under this else I have another if and else, and inside the next else we have another if and else, then it's called multi-branch. Now if and else is considered as one line because they are grouped together. So if they are, if only under else we have if and else, so we don't need brackets. We can just simply remove these curly brackets. But we need to organize the program so that it is easy for us to understand it. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to add anything except play with the spaces and put some lines from one, put some statements from one line and take them to the other line. For this F, which is inside else, I'm going to take it up one line and make it close to else. And for this next else, I will take it to the left and align it with if and else. So F and else F and else are aligned on the same column. And also for this print, I will take it to the left and make it aligned to the statement inside F. And this also, I'll take it to the left and make it so. It looks like we have two columns. One column for F, else F, else F, else F, and the other column will be for what's inside each F and F and else. So this is like you are walking in a corridor and there are plenty of rooms. First, you have to check the first room, if it is open or not. If it is not open, you go to the next room. And if it is not open, you go to the next room until you find a room that is open. This is how the computer will do. If you have many selections and they are multi-branch, then the computer will go over them one by one. Once it finds one of the conditions is true, it will go inside it and leave the if and else statement. So how it looks like if we want to draw the flow chart for multi-branch. The flow chart for multi-branch, as you know, as you see now, we have many conditions and probably we have n conditions. The computer will first check condition number 1. It is true. If it is true, then it will go to action number 1 and just will leave the if statement. Otherwise, it will go and check for another condition which comes next. And if it is true again, it will go to action 2 and then will leave also if statement. It works that way. So we have many branches, branch 1 for action 1, branch 2 for action 2, and etc. For the last condition, we will have only two choices. If it is yes, then it will go to action n, otherwise the last choice, which is last action, and then this is the end of the if statement, which is the next statement, and the program will continue. So in Java, how do we write it? We write if condition 1, we put below it action 1, else if condition 2, we put action 2, else if, until the last one, which has else without if, which is the last choice. For our program, this is how it looks like for multi-branch. For each else, we have if and else, and after we reorganize it, it looks like we have branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, so the computer will go over them one by one. So this is how it works. The conditions are evaluated in sequence, بالترتيب. So first, this is the first condition, next, and comes next. Only one statement will be executed among all the statements. So if we have more than one action, then in multi-branch, we will select only one because one condition will be true at a time. If all conditions are false, then the last statement and the last else is executed. So we put last else for the last choice, and we don't need if and else. And we will come to else after each of these conditions are false.